project had 4 phases. One was to take the panels out. One was to make a new home for the panels, which the library has very generously allowed to be put into the carriage barn. And the third was to conserve them, which has been ongoing, as you've heard. And the fourth is to put them back into the exact replicated room. And I would invite you, if you have courage, to peek through, or actually go out there. You can't get anywhere else back in. There's sort of the scope of the room is coming together. We've got 3 walls sort of framed up, maybe 4 walls framed up. Interestingly enough, the door to that room is a very small door. It doesn't meet ADA standards, so we didn't want to destroy the ambiance. Well, I guess you probably have a different word for it, but the ambiance of the room. So we're going to have the door, but to make it ADA compatible, the entire frame is also going to open, so we can actually get somebody into that through the door or through the entire door. So thanks to the generosity, this message has resonated with a lot of people, and I don't know whether it's because we love Grace, because we love culture, because we love the concept of an economic cultural engine here in Wayne, but this project has generated a lot of enthusiasm for people, and people have been very enthusiastic. We have a $99,000 budget to do it. Part of it is to do the Alice work, but part of it was in order to use the barn, we had to sort of fix up the barn too. And it was a horse barn. You can go out and you can see where the horses have actually chewed the beams right off when they were bored. We found the clean outdoors and all the rings and things. But it's a $99,000 budget, and I'm really happy to say that as of now, we've actually raised $80,000 of the 99. So we're closing in on the end of that part of our project, and Nina and I will talk sometime about closing in on the other 13 panels that remain to be. This is the biggest one. This is huge. The rest of them, as you saw in the photographs, are smaller, but I think they're also a lot more complicated. So this might have actually been the easiest. I don't know. I'm saying easiest, but that's mine. So if you want, when you leave, you can look. Do you want to have just a couple questions?
I do, because Bob had his hand up.
Bob, did you have a question?
Oh, it's just a silly question. What did Lewis Carroll have against crinoline?
Oh, crinoline? What's the problem with crinoline?
You know what I read? That he was against it because Queen Victoria was. That's the only reason I can give you.
Good reason.
So in a couple minutes, we're going to have some refreshments, but I would ask you if you want to have time to talk in public of a question, or you certainly can talk
I
to
want
me.
Ruth or Peter to say a few things. Ruth?
Jim's got a question before Ruth gets going. Jim?
Is the Lewis Carroll Society at all interested in this project?
I have written them, I've talked to the editor, and I have been online every other day. Supposedly we're going to get something in their night letter that goes worldwide, and the fall newsletter has not come out. It must have 50,000 to 100,000 members. And I told the story, collectors, we haven't even touched on collectors, God help us with tea sets, but 3 Alice film, and somebody, you were mentioning the Disney film, 1951. I was talking to this man in Washington, and they have collected 10,000 objects related to the 1951 Disney film. And I hope he didn't hear me sort of giggle, and he told me very quickly that their collection was in Singapore, it was moving to London, and it would be in this country next year. So that is the strength of this Alice phenomenon. It's people have collected everything, and they dissected everything. But Ruth, you had some points. You were talking to me on the phone about Annie. You called her Aunt Annie, I believe.
Annie.
Can you stand up?
Well, if I can, I will.
Okay. What do you remember?
About Auntie Annie?
Yeah.
Well, most of the memories, I do remember she was tiny and stout, and she always wore pigtails. And she had those 7 Scotty dogs, which when my children were bicycling to the village, would always somehow get out beyond the fence where the stone pillars are. That was all
still there.
cedar fencing, as I remember. And they could get out and chase the bicycles. So my kids really learned how to throw something to them and keep going. They would get nipped around. But my daughter was the one, she's now 65-ish, And she loved older ladies, grandmotherly types, starting with my mother and spent a lot of time with them. And she discovered Auntie Annie, who was getting elderly in her 90s, and she had a niece from England named Annika, I believe, and who came over to take care of her because she was pretty much bedridden or sitting up somewhere. So Lisa would go down every afternoon to have tea with Auntie Annie, as you know, and I think you wrote something in your
I
book
did.
about it.
Are you okay with what I read?
Oh, yes, my daughter was delighted. I have a copy of it. But she didn't know for a long time, until she was much older, that Annika was serving Lisa tea, but Auntie Annie's teacup had champagne in it. Auntie Annie finally confessed that the reason she had lived so long was that she was pickled in champagne. Her son Alfred would bring those little splits to her, and so she always had those on hand for afternoon tea. Lisa, and I'm sure anyone else wanted to.
Well, thanks, Ruth. Anyone else have a
I just want to
question?
mention
Yeah,
the
sure.
Scotty dogs. I think some of them lived quite long, and she did have all those little 7 kennels up under the eaves in her house. And I remember they lived a couple of them into my children's youth, and we remember them well.
I want to hear a good Peggy story. We have time.
We don't,
Anybody?
we gotta get on. Okay, you can get Peggy's. So you know what the king said? The king said, start at the beginning, go to the end, and stop. Thank you for coming. Enjoy your refreshment.
Anybody else